Hey, Foamy, this is Gabe from Gabe Spotless Window Cleaning. I'm here with the Into the Flow podcast, and we are talking today with Chris Vergin. Now, he runs the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends on Facebook, a really nice group I'm a part of. I really enjoy, get a lot of information out of that. But he also hosts the Outside of the Cleaner's Box podcast. Again, a very informative group with a lot of talk about solar panels, cleaning, and other things, which we're going to get into. Chris, how you doing today?
Pretty good. Really, really good, Gabe. I'm excited to be on the podcast, like I was telling you. So very, very excited. I got to say, I don't know if you're going to put it in there, but I am going to go ahead and say I had to change my shirt because a second ago I had a shirt on here that wasn't appropriate. But I'm doing really good. I actually went out and bought a lot of fishing tackle today. So
Awesome.
I'm on a 10-day vacation. I normally don't take a vacation. Now I'm on one. And so I went out and got a bunch of fishing tackle, another pole, and I got a pole for my wife. So
Well,
super happy.
I am jealous of you because I am way overdue for a vacation. So I'm hoping next month I'll have some time where we can go do something fun. But man, that's really cool. I thank you for so much for taking time out of your vacation to talk with us today.
No problem. No
we're gonna
problem.
talk with Chris because he is an expert in solar panel cleaning, and I know for me personally. I need to know a lot more about what I'm doing. I do clean solar panels, but I am not a solar panel cleaner. So I look forward to picking your brain and getting some more information. I know the group will enjoy that as well. But before
Definitely.
we get started, I know you do a bunch of stuff. So why don't you kind of just fill us in on all the different services that you offer for your business?
I do. People know me as the solar panel cleaning expert, and to clarify, the solar panel cleaning expert, the way that came about is not exactly that one day I was like, "Hey, I'm the expert." It's actually created out of the meaning behind it is that anybody can be the solar panel cleaning expert. I went through a plethora of issues, and Murphy's Law seemed to go ahead and attack me almost every job that I had in the
Yep.
beginning.
Yep.
So I learned a lot, and so it's kind of making fun of experts, quote unquote, that any one of us can be the expert. And I'm just simply just trying to pay it forward. Um, but yeah, well, I'm sorry. What was your question? I
No,
got
no, just
away
like
in
tell us
talking
about
about that.
some of your services. So I know you do
Okay,
more than just that.
services. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Services. Let's talk about that before we talk about the solar panel cleaning. I do a lot of different services. That's what I was about to say. Is I do the solar panel cleaning, which a lot of people know me to do, but as well, I do a lot of extra. Let me rephrase that. Actually, let me start over with that.
Sure.
I can't believe that I actually got caught up in my words. I never stumble on what I'm
You're
saying, but
doing fine. You're doing fine.
okay, so I do exterior cleaning. I do the solar panel cleaning, and what I have figured out through the years is that, especially with my residential services, that I wanted to stay in business throughout the whole year, and that I wanted to increase my ticket price. So I started looking around these houses that I was cleaning and looking at different things that I could clean, and I found that there were a plethora of different services that I could provide for my customers,
Mhm.
from the top bottom on down. You got the solar panel cleaning, you got the skylights, you got the roof cleaning, you got the gutters, you've got the soft wash, you've got the surface washing, you've got the bird proofing, dryer vent cleaning.
Mhm.
I try not to get to have a bunch of different things out there. And I keep it mainly focused on the solar panel cleaning. I don't really advertise. You won't see an advertisement from my company that says, "Hey, do you want roof cleaning?" Or actually, that's a lie. We just did one for roof cleaning, but that was my wife who did that one. Um, but normally, all of our marketing, advertising, and our website is dedicated to solar panel cleaning. But in
See,
short, we
you,
do exterior
you-
cleaning.
you're pretty you're pretty brave. I know. I had Luis Martinez, who's a Flomy there, come down and he worked with me a little bit. He wanted to kind of know a little bit more about my business and window cleaning. He's also one of those guys that offers a lot of services. And would you say you're kind of like a jack of all trades? Like if you want to learn how to do something, you just go out and learn it. Are you that
It
type of personality?
to a fault.
to a fault. Yeah.
I think so. I think that there are things that I can figure out, and that's just part of, that's ingrained in me. I think my
Uh-huh.
grandfather built that into me to go ahead and I had this conversation with Frank Bielek at PH7.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a creator. I'm not an inventor. I'm a modifier.
Gotcha.
I like to
Yeah.
modify things, and like a lot of window cleaners, which I think
Right.
is awesome about our industries.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've just always been one that has always picked up on stuff, and some
Mhm.
things just have been easier than others.
Yeah.
Am I a jack of all trades? Unfortunately, no. I don't know anything about cars and the engine. Don't ask me to do anything about your car. If anything, my crew member makes fun of me because all the time I say, well, I put oil in,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's really basically all I'm going to do.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'm
I just
good,
I
but
just meant in general with cleaning, because like Luis, he came down and we're clean, and I'm mainly windows, and that's what I've always been. I do like screen cleaning and track cleaning, and like I said,
right.
solar panels. I do scratch removal, that restoration, that type of thing. But my main thing is windows. And he came down, and he's like, well, could you do this? And what about this? And have you thought about charging for this? And I'm just like,
Right.
that's just not in my personality. It's like before I add a service, I need to like have done it like 100 times, where I feel comfortable that this is a service I can offer, as opposed to like Luis, who's just like, hey, let's figure it out as we go. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. And if we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get it
You know what?
perfect, we'll get the next job perfect. I think that's a certain personality that you
I
have
think
to
I
have.
am kind of like that. I do lean towards that. There are services that I have added on that have been, trial and error, you know,
Hmm.
and it just gone up there and been like, let's just do it, fake it till you make it, which um, I don't suggest that. I
Yeah, yeah,
don't tell people, hey, fake it till you make it a lot. But in some
yeah,
cases, you have to.
sure.
It's funny you mentioned the scratch removal, because Mark Tanner, I saw a
Hmm.
video that he put up recently. He's got a product that he's bringing out or something like that. It had me super, super interested. And from watching his video,
Hmm.
I considered
Your
it.
gears are going, right?
I was like, okay, scratch removal. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I guess in that sense, I do. If there's a service that I see that I think that is a possible that I
right.
can do it, which most of the time my ego gets to me, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Sure, why not? Heck, why not? So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I really admire people who have that type of personality, and that 'cause I think it's kind of a type of courage, to just go ahead and go forth and do it, and say, hey,
Well,
we'll
thank you.
figure it out on the way in. Because I am so calculated, that I'm like, okay, before I take this step, I want to have touched it with my foot 50 times to know
Right.
that that step's going to work. Then I'll take the step, and then I'll see, okay, what's next after that. I'm so cautious when it comes to that, and it served me well too. It
It
has served
does.
me
It
well.
does. It's
But
a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I'll tell you
no,
what. There's good thing. It's got some positives and some negatives to
sure.
it. When I first started out and we were cleaning schools, some of the things we were learning some things as we were going along. In fact, before we even cleaned one solar panel, we didn't have any kind of equipment. We just had a website, and I come from website design and online reputation for years going
Oh,
back.
okay.
So I made our website huge, and we
Wow.
got a contract cleaning 7,800 carport solar panels at a school,
Wow.
and we didn't have any equipment. So, so we had to fake it till we made it, and we did. But we went to Home Depot. When I
Oh my
first started
goodness.
out,
Are you serious?
I did not know what a water fed pole even was. I didn't know what any of these. I didn't know what any of that stuff was when I first started out. We got um, painter's extensions, painter's extension poles, some janitor brush, and maybe 3 hoses. And then we
Wow.
got these. This is the best part about it. This is the best part. We got these little blue tanks that we got from Walmart. They're $25. You get two of them. They're for RVs, and they
Oh
purify the
man.
water just enough to clean maybe 12
Chris, I'm getting a
panels.
stomach ache you just talking about this, man. This is just
It was bad.
this is
It was
really,
bad.
I'm already starting to
Quickly,
get anxious about it.
quickly we learned, I think that was our first step. We learned that we found out about Culligan, and we started renting DI
Hmm.
tanks from there, and that was
Yep.
my first step into, okay,
Hmm.
there's better equipment, there's
Right.
better stuff. But when I first started out, We started
So
out with nothing.
had you cleaned solar panels before that job, or was that your very
No,
first time doing it? So
very first time.
what was your business then? Was it a window cleaning business, or was it a general cleaning business, or what was it?
Solar panel cleaning.
So you
I'll tell you.
started a business
Yeah.
once you got the contract, you're like, okay, I guess we start our solar panel business.
No, actually, here's how this goes. This is a great story. I love
Okay.
this story, and
All
I
right.
love telling it because it's awesome. Um, I had a friend who, like I said, I was doing websites, and I had a really good friend who was installing solar panels, and that was a side job, and then he
Mm-hmm.
had a company. He started a jump house and a moving company, and he came to me and he's like, "I need a website. I don't know what I'm doing at all." I hooked him up with a website.
Mm-hmm.
I got him a bunch of business, got him going. One day he said to me, "Do you want to come help me install some solar panels?" I was, on the ground, just doing a lot of different stuff like that, but it was cool. So I learned a few different things, and that was my introduction.
Okay.
One day we're sitting around in my front room, and he says, people keep asking me about solar panel cleaning, and the company we work for, they don't, excuse me, solar panel cleaning, and the company that we were installing for, they didn't clean. So he said we should start a solar panel cleaning company. So right there, right then and there, I bought a domain, SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning,
Hmm.
and I made a website. I worked on it like crazy. Which, by the way, I work on my new company, and it doesn't matter how much I work on our business and our online reputation. SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning comes up every single time
Isn't
above
that funny?
everybody.
Isn't that
It
funny?
is. It's crazy. But so like I said, we had nothing. We had a website basically. We didn't even have any equipment.
Wow.
Excuse me. So I get a phone call. This guy calls me and he says, "Hey, I'm looking for somebody to clean some solar panels." And I'm like, "All right, how many solar panels do you have?" He's like, 43 schools. And I'm like, "Okay." So he comes down, he drives down from Sacramento to Escondido to meet us, all based on the website I built and
Wow.
conversations on the phone with me. So he gets down and we have a lunch with him, his father, who's the other half of his business, and my two friends who I started this business,
Mm-hmm.
SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning. And he says, "Hey, I like you guys. We want to give you a shot." And that was it. We signed the contract, and the next day we took $500, which is all we could put together between the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Home Depot, bought some stuff, and a week later we were sitting at this high school on top of some lifts cleaning
That
these carports.
that is awesome. That is so
Yeah.
awesome. You know what I really appreciate about that story, Chris, and this is something that we're really trying to get across to, especially the newer companies, but even the older ones, is how important your online presence is, and how important it
Yes.
is to have a solid website, work on your SEO. You don't have to, do like be a professional, but work at it, take it serious. And I mean, you're a perfect example of that. You started from, no work or very little work to now you were doing, I mean, stuff that you would expect, professionals who had been doing this for 10 years to get those contracts. And you got it based solely on the quality of your website, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Website and just my mouth, my
and
mouthpiece. That was
yeah,
it.
yeah. And so you sold yourself. You were able to sell yourself, And I think that a lot of window cleaners have the attitude of, well, word of mouth is king, and it is good, you know. And like me and Kevin Hargis talked a little bit about this as well. It is really good to have word of mouth, but to get where you get to sell yourself, you can't sell yourself until you're in front of a bunch of
Right.
eyes, you know.
Right.
And that's
And
what you
it
need your online presence for.
and you're right. Word of mouth is really important. That's awesome. That's a good thing. When I hear word of mouth and people talk about their business and they say, "Well, we've grown on word of mouth," to me, that's like them saying to me, "Well, we're strong with the BBB." The BBB just isn't. It's not what it used to be. It doesn't
Right.
mean what it used to mean. So it's a whole different thing. Where it's a different world we're living in. Things
Hmm.
evolve, which is, I see a lot of cleaners talk about how they've been around for 10, 20, 30 years. And that's awesome. I applaud that. In fact, I'm envious of that. And I wish that, I've only been doing this for just about 9 years.
Hmm.
I can't wait till I can say I've been in the cleaning industry for 10, 20, 30 years. That's awesome. But there's no evolution. and there's a problem with it.
Yep.
So we're getting to a point where things are totally changing. I forgot what my main point was, but yeah,
Well,
I think that was
you
it.
were just talking about how you started, because I was trying to just figure out how you went from working on on websites to all of a sudden you're a
Oh
cleaner with,
yeah,
you
you
know.
know what? Actually, I did. Before I forget, you know what I wanted to say is this. I will touch base on this because the website thing is very very important.
Hmm.
I remember what I wanted to say. You're right about that. Having a website and working on your website, you should work on it daily.
Hmm.
If you have the money to pay for a marketing company or a team to come or to work on your website, that's awesome. That's totally perfect. But if you don't, it's really really simple, and I can knock this out really really quick. If I
Awesome.
could give tips about this, I would
Yeah.
say this. First off, make sure that the grammar is correct on your website on every single page. Make sure that you have at least 300 words per page. SEO, very very important. Make sure that you're giving it good titles, and think about your titles that you're giving for your pages. You
Mm.
don't necessarily need to call your homepage.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you don't have to do that. Put your email and your phone number at the top of your website. That's very very important. I don't know why I don't see that a lot. In the footer, you should have your business name, your email, your business address, and a map. If you have that map added on there, it's got crazy search rankability.
Really?
Which,
Isn't that's
yeah,
interesting?
a lot of people miss that. And then the main thing, Gabe, take a drink here. I talk so much I lose my voice. The the main thing is the blog. So many people just
Yep.
don't go ahead and take care, of the blog. You should be blogging every single day. You go to a job. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 appointments a day, Monday through Friday. Got so many opportunities to take before and after photos. That is content. Everything is
Nice.
content. So if you're constantly creating content, like it's gonna be easier for you to make these blog pieces. And as you're
Right.
making these blog pieces, they can actually rank higher and faster than your pages.
Hmm.
So if you go and make a page on your website, let's say you have WordPress and you make one for window cleaning in whatever your city is, it might take longer for you to rank than if
Hmm.
you were to say write a blog post about window cleaning in your local city. So there's a couple
That's a good
different
tip.
things, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So, so you got your new solar panel cleaning company going. Now, how did was it all just trial and error, or did you actually go and try and get some education to help you do your job better, or education either formally or
Yes.
through groups?
Actually, I did search out for some information online first, and YouTube and Googling stuff. I didn't find anything. In fact, the DIY videos that I found were ridiculous, and I knew immediately that it wasn't the excuse me. I knew that it wasn't the business, and it wasn't teaching me the right thing. I was lucky enough to have a mentor, somebody who has been cleaning solar panels since the very 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 beginning. The guy who gave me the first contract, his father has been solar panel cleaning since the very beginning.
Wow.
And so he taught us so much, it was ridiculous. So I attribute everything to that man. Because of him, we were able to do all these schools. And at one point we were doing, I had 6 or 7 crews out there. We were doing 5 to 6 schools at a time in LA. Just really rocking it. So,
Was he in your area? Was he a competitor, or is he separate?
nope.
He's okay.
He's in totally north of me, upstate.
Gotcha.
And yeah, in Northern California, solar panel cleaning is more saturated
Hmm.
than Southern California.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing too to note, is that these guys came from Northern California, where they have solar panel cleaners, and took us from Southern California. We went up there and did some cleaning for some schools up there. But those
Nice.
guys, Cliff and Clifton, the son and father duo who taught me so much. Unfortunately, Clifton, the son, he ended up the third year. How we made our progression, or my change over to residential, was actually in lieu of what took place and what
Hmm.
happened at Clifton. He was up on a lift and he was cleaning some solar panels, some carport solar panels, and he had his pole extended all the way.
Oh no.
And yeah, and he went to go hand the pole down. He didn't close it up. he went to go hand it down to somebody. Well, as he was got it level, it touched a wire and burnt 60% of his body.
Oh,
Just immediately. He was in the hospital for 3 months. So
wow.
it's very serious what we do. You know,
Hmm.
it's not
Hmm.
a joke. You can get really, really, really hurt.
Have you taken Michael
Um,
Draper's safety class?
I have not.
No,
I have
he's got
not.
a whole section on that on water-fed pole safety and just being
Does
alert,
he?
and like just what you said. Don't be moving your pole extended like that.
Right.
Fold it up. Yeah, it takes an extra 10 seconds, to extend it to the lower and then to spread it out. It could save your life,
It
and
does.
there's so many people who just get started not realizing that, like you said, the danger. That's the reality,
Yeah.
and man, that's tragic. I'm sorry to hear that. That's
It turned out okay. They actually signed us up for a few different classes. We got a little bit of training on stuff, and I've done the OSHA 30 hour as well. So
excellent.
I've gotten some all right training to help me out while I'm out in the field. Definitely been beneficial for me. I'm not dead. I'm still here. So
Yeah, that's a good plus, right? that
right,
helps that helps things helps the business run a little better.
it does. It does. Everybody's happy. Everybody gets to go home. So
So then okay, so I come to work for you. I like I said, I've got experience. I'm a window cleaner. I clean solar panels, but I'm not an expert at it. What are some basics that Joe Blow like me needs to know to get to where I'm going to be one efficient and two do as good of a job? Because I'm never happy with when I clean the solar panel. I'm never, because of course I'm going from cleaning a window where I'm expecting it to look perfect and detailed,
right,
and then I'm going to a solar panel and it's not as smooth, and it's, there's stuff in there.
more
So,
porous.
so
Right,
so fill me in a little bit on what I need to know just as a beginner, without getting into anything too technical. Right off in the beginning, what do
sure.
I need to know?
That no, that's a great question. And first off, excuse me, both of those. Geez, that soda came back on me. Had a little burp. I apologize.
Yeah, that's what you get for eating McDonald's during the podcast, man.
Well, yeah, I know. I apologize about that.
I'm
I
just
wasn't
joking. I'm just
like
messing.
I said. I was actually late getting to this recording because I was shopping for fishing
For you.
tackle. So I had to stop at McDonald's. Okay.
Nah, I got you. I got you.
Um, let's see here. The basics, basics that you would know if you come onto my job. If you were working for me, you get up on the roof. Excluding safety and all that other kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, the solar panels. Um, First thing that I say to people is this, and it's a real simple process, and you can have some variation to it, whatever, but it's basic to this. A rinse off of the solar panels. You get the loose dirt off and that top layer. You're going to have a top layer of dirt, and then you have a bottom layer. The bottom layer is that stuff that doesn't come off. If you see when it rains the very next day, those solar panels are still dirty. That's that bottom layer. So
Mm-hmm.
you give it a rinse, blow all that stuff off. At the bottom ledge, there's a lot of dirt that likes to accumulate at the edge. You just rinse it off. You get your brush. Now with the brush, I think, and this is in my opinion, that 18 to 24-inch width is the perfect size for a brush to clean solar panels.
Okay.
I like the bristles to be a lot longer. 3.5 inches is good for me because there's brackets and things that stick up. So when you're cleaning, you want to watch out for this kind of stuff because as you're cleaning, you're going back and forth. You hit it with the brush, the head, and it seems, depending on what kind of head or adapter you have for your pole. I have an articulating one. It kinks up. I break the teeth on the head of it. I've gone
Yeah.
through 3 or 4 of those. But basically, you give it a rinse, you give it a scrub, and when you're giving a scrub, it's a non-abrasive cleaning. You're not going hard on it. When I'm brushing it, I clean the top edge because that's where it's kind of like when you're cleaning a window and you have that water fed pole and you hit that
Mm-hmm.
very
Yep.
top
Yep.
edge, you go
Yep.
too high.
Yep.
Same
Yep.
thing. Well,
Then you're
it's
dripping. Yeah.
exactly this. Instead of you kind of stay away from it. This is the opposite. You want to attack that. So
Gotcha.
you want to get all that off of there. And then I get the sides and I let the brush go over the side a little bit. So it's cleaning the other panel as well.
Uh-huh.
Then the bottom, then just scrub the heck out of the top part.
Okay.
That gets every single part of the solar panel.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you've seen this. You said you cleaned a couple solar panels. So have you ever cleaned a solar panel? You rinsed it down, you're finished with it, it's dry, but it still looks like there's brush marks.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. See, that bothers me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
So
bothers me too. But I don't know what
exactly.
else. I don't know what else to do. That's the best I could do.
Right. See, that's why it came to me. Then I'm like, I'm not hitting every single inch of the solar panel. I'm missing it. So no matter what, because it's wet, I can't see it with the naked eye. So
Right.
I miss a spot. So that's why I go the top, the sides, the bottom, and the middle. And I give it 2 or 3 agitations.
Gotcha.
So, bop, 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 bop. And as I'm going over on the solar panel and cleaning the middle, I'm going down and move over like an inch and then cleaning like that.
Okay.
That is the best way. And the other thing is this, okay? I before I actually say this, and then after the scrub down, you give it a good rinse, because even though you've scrubbed it down and you got a over the top rinse bar, you
Mm-hmm.
got 15 pencil jets, 100 pencil jets. It really doesn't matter. There's still like some elements that are left on the solar panels, and they don't go away. So then you dry and you got dirt sitting there, and it looks like you didn't clean it. Well, that's just because there was stuff sitting in there, sediment. And sometimes, it's from the air. So you give it a final rinse and you're good to go. Now, you ever see those little yellow dots, that bird pollen? Everybody hates
Oh yeah,
those.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Really hard to get off.
Yes, they're a
Okay.
pain.
So this is the other thing I would say. When we're scrubbing, we're going up and down like this with our brush. We're getting the full thing. Well, when I get to it and I have a hard spot, I start moving the brush side to side.
Mm,
So the whole brush into there is sliding and it's getting all the bristles.
okay.
That's the basic that I would tell anybody.
Awesome.
That is it.
I'm gonna put that to
So
work, man. Next one, that's because I just feel like I run my water fit over it and I scrub it, and just like what you said, it looks great, and
right,
then it dries, and I go back and I'm like, I'm just not happy with it, and I'm just like, well, is that just the way it's gonna be? Because obviously I don't want to put too much on. I don't want to damage the solar panels, and I'm
right.
just like, well, I'm trying to increase the efficiency for them. I suppose I've already done that, but so do you use any, like, if there's something that is real bad, do you use any type of soap or chemical
Nope. I
that's
knew you were
like
gonna
off?
ask that.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna
because I
ask that.
don't, because I'm
No.
afraid of damaging the panels, but
Right.
I didn't know if there was some secret formula that I just didn't know about.
There's a lot of different kind of solar panel cleaners
Hmm.
that I hear about, cleaning agents. Um, I don't use any kind of chemicals, cleaning agents, or soaps when it comes to solar panel cleaning. Have I? Yes, I've tried it before. I took Dawn dish soap and I put it in a sprayer with, some water, a hand pump sprayer, and just misted it over it. And the panels came out beautiful. There wasn't too much of an effect on it because it was heavily diluted. And like I said, I do a pre-rinse and then an after rinse, so it was fine. The problem is with chemicals, cleaning agents, or soaps or anything like that, is it has the possibility of potentially getting underneath that frame and
Hmm.
affecting the glass and the silicone, or possibly the anti-reflective coating that's on top of it. So
Gotcha.
that's essentially why you really don't need to. It's not going to do anything. If you're using pure water, you're fine. It's like, um, it's kind of weird. I always say it's kind of like going to a car wash. But when you
Hmm.
go to a car wash, you've got that brush that has the soap spitting out of it. Well, if you didn't have the soap spitting out of it, there's a very good possibility your car is going to look very beautiful.
Hmm.
Because at the end, you're scrubbing it off. You're getting all that stuff off there, like that lower layer of dirt that I'm referring to. But then you're hitting it with that spotless dry water,
Right.
that pure water.
Right.
So
Right.
that it just kind of cancels out. But
Gotcha.
no, I don't use anything like that whatsoever.
Okay, good. And I had asked when I went to IWCA convention in San Diego. I had just started doing solar panels about that time, and I forget which company it was. It might have been Jay Racenstein. I spoke to someone there, and I had asked him, "Hey, do you have any special soaps for solar panels?" And they were like, "No, don't do that because you can void the warranty on it, or you can damage the
Yeah,
solar panels and be liable for them." So
yeah,
I just
yeah.
have
I don't
stayed
know why I
away
didn't think
from it.
about that. And
Yeah.
that is, I can't even believe I didn't bring that up. Duh. The warranty is a big thing too, and I talk about this all the time, and I can't even believe I haven't said it yet. But yeah, 100% you could void a person's warranty. So there's a lot of people that do some kind of crazy stuff when it comes to
Hmm.
like paint overspray removal.
That's what I was
Which,
gonna ask. Yeah.
okay, so that's one I do a lot. I get people who contact me from Hawaii.
Wow.
constantly all over the place that are asking me like, hey, I get people as the potential customers are like, hey, can you clean my solar panels? And I'm like, I don't live in your state. I apologize. But then I get people who ask me cleaners about, how to remove paint
Yeah,
overspray.
that was actually
I
my very next question. What do you do with paint overspray on solar panels?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't use any kind of rubbing alcohol, acetone, any kind of, anything like that. No
Mhm.
chemicals like that. Actually, what I do is I revert back to that soap mixture.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why. I found out one day, if you watch my older videos with solar panel cleaning friends, you see me using a scraper, plastic scraper.
Mhm.
And the reason why is because I had an 8-inch Tucker brush, nylon brush, and the bristles, weren't that long. And I was able to attach a plastic putty knife.
Hmm.
Excuse me. And with that, I was able to easily remove the yellow pollen off of solar panels and save myself time. So that's where that came from. And one day someone said, "Hey, I got paint overspray." And if I remember correctly, I think we had cleaned their solar panels, noticed the paint overspray, and said something to them. So they're like, "Is that something you can clean?" So again, fake it till you make it. We're like, let's go. Oh, geez. There we go. I'm
Hey
sorry.
guys,
My
that's all
daughter
right.
just tried to call right now. She's in Washington.
No sweat.
Someone tried to break into her home last night, but
Oh my
that's
goodness.
that's a whole nother story. But
Yeah, yeah.
okay, let's see here. So yeah, they asked me if we can go ahead and clean it. So excuse me, let me take a drink here. So what we did is we went ahead and got the plastic putty knife. We got our hand sprayer, some water, and some soap. First, we wet it down because we figured that'd be a good idea. I don't know how we knew that we were going to be on the right track, but this is literally what I still do and what I recommend to everybody. I sprayed the soap mixture over the solar panels, kind of creating a lubrication.
Hmm.
I wanted to have a lubricant on it. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
I was going to take
Makes
my
sense.
plastic putty knife and just kind of scrape it like that. I had noticed beforehand that the paint was coming off a little bit from the brush. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, maybe we can use the plastic scraper and the plastic putty knife. And I got to be truthful, that was probably the birth of that plastic scraper and me, coming up with the idea of, hey, let's really use it on the brush.
Hmm.
And that was, I think, in our first, probably the fourth year that I was cleaning solar panels. And because I had transitioned from commercial to residential.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
that's how I recommend for people to remove paint from solar panels.
Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Okay, so here's my other question, and this is I'm just kind of going down the list of problems that I have that I've run into when I try to clean solar panels. So I find, because now I'm thinking about safety. Um, Obviously, there's a bunch of conduit that's running back there. There's, you've got rows, and then you've got,
Ah,
you know,
right.
what is some common sense safety advice that you give to someone as you are walking on the roof? You've got the pole, like you mentioned. You're focusing on scrubbing, and obviously we got to be aware of our surroundings. But do you have any advice on making sure that just kind of things to check off
Yeah,
to be safe when you're up on the roof and you're walking amongst the panels?
for sure. First off, don't walk on solar panels. I'll just put that out there. I don't know why people do this.
People
It's
do that?
ridiculous. They do. It's
Oh my
ridiculous. You
goodness.
can cause, micro fracture cracks on solar panels quickly. You may not see them, but they'll be there, and it can cause issues. Um, when you're up on the roof and you're cleaning the solar panel, one of the things that you might want to be mindful of is the water temperature and the temperature around you.
Mm.
Solar panels can crack, especially right here in San Diego where we live. If it gets up around 95,
Mm-hmm.
95 degrees, I'm calling it a day.
Mm.
The other thing too is I usually like to, you'll hear me on a job yell down from a roof or from around the corner, bleed the line, because I'm telling people, don't forget to let water run through the hose. There's
Gotcha.
sometimes we get to a residential house and you can't get the hose off of the water spigot because it's just on there so tight, but they have a nozzle. So you'll just quickly take the gun off and just hook up there your hose and you're good to go. Well, sitting water can be dangerous.
Really?
Yes, sometimes that water, it can be hot, it can be too cold. It varies. Um,
Huh.
if it hits those solar panels the wrong way, it's just going to crack them and there's going to be a
Wow.
spider web effect. I was cleaning some solar panels. I was on I want to say a 2-story house in Oceanside. Before I go any further, a little disclaimer about this story. I'm not 100% sure that I broke the solar panels or solar panel, singular, not plural, or somebody might have shot a pellet gun at me and hit
Okay.
the solar panel, but it's still a good story nonetheless. So I'm up on this roof and I got the hose and I'm by myself and I didn't bleed the line. You know, just was in a rush. I think it was like the 7th appointment of the day and I still had 3 more to go. So I get up there, I'm all clipped in, ready to go. Hose is all good. Turn on and just start spraying. It's all good, spraying them. I get over here in the corner and one goes, I hear it go snap and just spider web all through it and the whole solar panel cracks.
Wow.
Now it looked like there was a little spot where possibly somebody had, like an impact little area. And so I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm trying to talk myself on it. The customer was actually, for those who want to know, the customer is totally cool about it. They've been a customer of mine for years and still are. They were able to take care of it through their company and through their warranty because just by chance, the installation company, the guy who owns it happens to be a friend of mine. So I
Hmm.
just kind of everybody got lucky in that one. But yeah, you can crack a solar panel and it's scary,
Hmm.
I guess to some degree. It can be costly. It can cost you $2,000 or $3,000 easily.
Jeez. Per panel?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know what? And actually, I shouldn't say that. I think prices have gone down. It depends on the installer. Some are cheaper. I'm not going to throw a price on there. I'm sure there is. I'm positive there's somebody out there watching that's going to say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I can get it for $500.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not going to put a price on it, but
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
anyways,
So, you've been doing solar panels now, you said for 9 years?
just about 9 years. Yeah.
Okay. So what's like the most interesting thing that has happened to you since you've been doing solar panels?
In the first, what happened in the second year? In the second year, we were cleaning in school, and me and my friend Miguel, old business partner, showed up at this elementary out in LA, and we had done walkthroughs with all the schools. We had a game plan. We thought we were all good. We get there that day, and everything's working totally fine. We're setting up, and Miguel goes over there, and he goes to turn on the water with his 4-way key, and
Hmm.
he's twisting and twisting and twisting, and he's just twisting and twisting. All of a sudden, it shoots up in the air, and
Oh,
water's shooting 20, 30 feet in the air. It's the middle of
jeez.
summer. We had to call the main maintenance guy to come over, and he was across, town at another school, and he had to come over, and it was a big issue. I think that was one of the biggest things. The other thing is this, that I don't know why some customers are really fun when it comes to residential. But I had this one customer. First off, you're going to a rich person's house when you go through a neighborhood, just regular houses. Then you get to a gated neighborhood, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, these are the nicer houses." And as you're driving through, and you get up to the top of the hill
You
of
go
that
to the second
towards
gate.
it, there's another gate,
Yeah,
right?
right, right.
So these guys are like super rich, and every one of us, I don't care who you are, but any cleaner that owns a business, the first thing you think of when you get to that gate, that second gate, is, man, I'm going to make money today. So I was excited. That wasn't the case. This lady was trying to get me for every free service that she
Oh,
could
jeez.
get.
I
I
hate
was up
that.
there, just up there. I hadn't even started cleaning yet. I was just hooking up stuff. And from down below, this was a big house too, 2-story, but the ground was a little bit had a nice pitch to it. And then there's a big attic. So you're about 3 stories, 3.5 stories by that time. I'm
Mhm.
up there cleaning and getting ready to clean. And she says to me, "Hey, I've noticed some pigeons are around there. Do you think you could just take your hose and
Are you
wash it off for
serious?
me?" But even better, she said, "I'll give you $20."
No.
Yeah, I'm not worth anything. I don't value myself at all. In fact,
Yeah, $20.
I'm lucky that
She'll
you
make
even
you
didn't
some cookies
ask me.
too. Actually,
I
she'll
was just
she'll
about
give you
to
the
say,
cookies out of a box.
please, is that good enough? So that I think are the two, at least the two. One of the main memories is that school, and that having to sit there and nervously
Yeah.
waiting for that maintenance man to come up, and then that time with that lady, and a little bit of anger that I
Hmm.
felt, and I had to control myself. And actually, I'll tell you, I got a third one too, something that
Okay.
just happened recently to me. I had a customer that I went over to clean their solar panels, and we were all done. We did a beautiful job. We've been cleaning their panels for, I don't know, 2 years, three years, something like that. No longer. She's no longer a customer. We get down, and she says to me, and Gabriel, I don't like when customers ask me this. I get immediately nervous when a
Oh no.
customer asks me this. They say to me, Chris, can you do me a favor?
Right, right,
Because you know it's going to
right.
be something that's not a favor, man.
Right.
So she bought this flag because she had a flag, and it had a flag stand that had broken.
Oh,
And so she bought another one. She wanted to know if I would just put it in there. And the one that she got, she asked the kid at Home Depot, what to do. And not a knock on Home Depot, but every time I go to Home Depot, there's about 50 people standing around, and maybe 48 of them don't know what they're doing and don't know about anything in the store. So, I
totally,
was like,
totally. I hate that.
and and I tried to explain to her that what she was handing me, I was like, this won't work. This is actually going to fall out. This is for, drywall, but whatever, no big deal. I'll try my best. And I got up there, and I was on the ladder, and it was kind of in a dangerous spot too.
Ah,
Um, but I did it, and she wasn't happy. And
of
then,
course.
yeah, of course, right? She wasn't happy. And then she said to me, well, I don't know why you're treating me like this. It's like, well, I've got customers that I got to get to.
Right.
So, but,
Yeah,
it's,
and that's the thing. I think that I really try to be careful. I will do extra things, but only for long-term customers who I
right.
already have an established relationship. Because I found if you do it for a new customer, what's happening is they're testing the line of what they can get out of you.
You're building
And
up.
if
Yeah.
and
You're
if
building
you
an expectation that you don't want to have to
exactly
live to every time.
exactly, and if they say, hey, can you change out the batteries in these smoke alarms? And and you don't say, sure, I'd be happy to. That'll be $20 each smoke alarm. Then what they're doing is they're saying, oh, he's a nice guy. He'll probably be
Yeah.
able to do these other favors for me. And then the next time you come, it's going to be the smoke alarms, and then to clean the chandelier, or whatever other little added things they are on there. And then, like you said, they will never appreciate it.
Right.
They will never thank you. They'll never, they may say thank you at that time, but if you say I can't, this one time because like you said, I got another job, then they get upset at you, and then they're
Oh, yeah.
mad because you're not giving them the free stuff that they're used to giving. So I will do a favor for, like I said, someone I've cleaned windows 5, 6, 7 years, where we have an established relationship. They've shown gratitude and appreciation for the type of work that I do. And then, if they're older and if they need help, lifting stuff out of their car, I'll do it, or, smoke alarm needs to be changed, I'll do it. But I just noticed that if you're just too quick with, oh, I'd be happy to do that to the new customers, that the
Yeah.
first thing they think of is, oh, I bet you there's other stuff I can get this guy to do for me.
Oh, yeah. Keith Kalfas has a video. If you don't watch any of Keith Kalfas' videos, by the way, I am a huge, huge, huge fan of Keith Kalfas. It's ridiculous. I almost have a bromance for this guy. It's ridiculous. But he has a video about no free services, and it helped me out big time,
Mm-hmm.
because I watched that, and exactly what you're talking about, I was living in real time. I
Mm-hmm.
used to not charge for skylights, and I had
Mm-hmm.
customers that started to expect me to
Yeah.
clean their skylights. And one time I didn't clean them, and they complained as if they had a right to
Right.
complain because I didn't do an extra free service. And it was
Right.
from that time that I actually started charging for different services. And that was one of the things that led me to doing other services too.
Mm-hmm.
So no free services, no
Yeah.
free services. And sometimes you got to know when to fire the customer.
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so now I want to talk about marketing. Okay,
Yeah,
and now I'm coming from I live in a sunny area. Like I said, a lot of people have solar panels in my area, but I just have a real difficult time getting them to understand the benefit of having their solar panels cleaned or why they
right.
should. So what is your marketing angle? How do you find the people who are wanting this service, and how do you kind of keep that flow coming of new customers in for solar panel cleaning?
Um, Your questions are awesome, just great. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of things that I do, like with the solar panel cleaning friends, going live, the videos, everything I do, it all stems from my work and the things that I do. I made it entertainment for
Mm-hmm.
people. The thing about solar panel cleaning is it's not just the cleaners that don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
It is people out there that
Yeah.
have no clue, that have solar panels installed. They don't even know they need to be cleaned, let alone how they should be cleaned, who they should hire, or how they should look for a solar panel cleaner. So education is big. So before you start going out spending a whole lot of money on flyers, going door to door, um, doing the every door direct mail, all these different kind of stuff, you got to do education. And like I said, blog is important, the
Mm-hmm.
social media is important. So I write about when we do a job. um, I write about the jobs that we do, the solar panel cleaning, in kind of like an educational manner, so that if somebody does come across my blog post, that they're, as a customer, potential customer, they're looking at it like, oh, hey, solar panel cleaning. I get it. Oh, this is why I need solar panel cleaning. Oh, this would benefit from me. See, I talked about sales. I've got a huge background of sales,
Mm-hmm.
very, very big. So I'm always closing 100%. Always closing. That's very, very big to me. And selling the benefit is very, very big. So when it came to this and getting that out there for people, because there wasn't a lot of solar panel cleaners in this area when we decided to do residential, or at least there wasn't any that were really making an impact, we started reaching out to on Facebook, the local groups. We got one here in particular called Escondido Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Escondido Friends. That's right. I got the idea for solar panel cleaning friends from another group that somebody else started. Okay. I'm not 100% original. But
I'm sure there's like, public domain on Friends, something.
sure.
I think you'll be all right.
Sure. Yeah, I think I've got it. I'm okay. There's a free one on that. Um, but yeah, we went to these groups, and we would post stuff up, and some of them have their rules where
Right,
you can only post about your business like on Mondays.
right.
Well, that's when you put something like, hey, I'm a solar panel cleaner. Do you want your solar panels cleaned? Here's my phone number. But you can do through the whole week is talk about what you've done. You're not advertising. You don't have to always leave a phone number or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can just post about a job and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I was in Escondido today and I cleaned some solar panels and they're ridiculous. You guys ever see anything about this, or your solar panels like this? You might want to get them clean. And here's kind of why. I thought I'd just drop you some tips. Have a good day.
Hmm.
Like that kind of stuff really, really builds clout.
So
And so
did you do that every single day? Like, is that what did you commonly do, or like how would you space it out
randomly, yeah,
randomly?
randomly.
Okay.
I was told to, one time I heard that you should post to stay active online, to post every 4 hours, which didn't seem
Holy cow.
realistic to me. Right?
Yeah.
You could schedule things, but that's still a
It's
lot
still
of
a lot of
freaking
work.
work.
That's a lot of
Right.
content. Yeah.
So I like to schedule my stuff out, and I like to space it out there. I don't stick to one specific schedule. I kind of feel, what's going on in the group or the page or whatever that I'm posting on.
Mhm.
Because sometimes, even though, it sounds like, hey, every Tuesday at 3 o'clock is a good idea to post, that doesn't mean that, number one, you're getting the good reception or the
Sure.
audience or the conversion. So you kind of want to think about that. And then if you set up 5 posts to go out, and then you find out you're just kind of annoying people, like that
Right.
could cause a problem. How many of us have ended up in Facebook jail
Yes.
because we've put a post somewhere? So you
No,
gotta
I've
gotta be
not
careful about it.
personally, but I know the
I have.
trappings of that,
I have.
and so we have a young lady who works for us who's kind of our social media manager, and so her job is to at least make sure at least one post goes up each day. And so
Nice.
she'll just kind of, 'cause she's not a window cleaner, and she knows a little bit. I mean, as she's done it for a while, she's kind of developing more of a feel for what customers of window cleaners were like, other window cleaners, because our social media is both for customers but also for fellow window cleaners as well. We kind of have that out there.
Nice.
But the posts that do the best are always the organic ones. Like you said, I'm on a job, I see an animal, I'll take a picture of it, talk about it, or where
Yeah.
it's a real tricky window, I'll show a video of me cleaning the window. This is how I would approach it. Or
Right.
we have a bunch of other different things that we do. We're very, have a lot of variety. But the ones where we post because there's a reason to post, those always do the best.
Because you
So they're
personalized it.
it's
Right.
personalized and it's
Somebody's
real.
relating.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So it's good. We try to take advantage of both. We try to say, hey, we have a regular schedule. So for the algorithms, we're going to post as regularly as we can and consistently, but we're also not going to do away with the personality posts, where they get to know me better, they get to know my text better, they get to know what work we do, or just something fun. Sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's just a meme,
Right.
just to kind of give people a laugh, during their
I, I'll
workday.
I'll tell you. If you are for gosh, there's so many things that I like to say. Like I said, my head is constantly just swirling. It's crazy. Memes are really, really big right now. They're popular and they're the next thing. If you're not making memes, then you should, because these are good
Yep.
for your business. I
Yep.
saw one the other day that an installer put that was oh man, I wish I could remember it. It had a guy's face. It was like something like that was the picture, and the caption was, you still don't have solar panels and you're paying so much money for energy,
Right.
something like that. It was just really, really basic, but these are eye popping. You think about it, when you're on Facebook or Instagram,
Hmm.
you're scrolling through,
Yeah.
as soon as you see a recognizable meme,
Absolutely. I
you're
saw.
there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's money. That's money. One
Yep.
that is money right there, big time. TikTok is another one that's becoming really, really big. It's not there
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
but
I've looked into it. I just haven't found I don't know. It seems like it's more of a performers platform,
it is. It
and
is, in a sense, that it just is another platform out there. I don't think that we're reaching customers yet through
hmm
TikTok. Maybe one day, but the audience is kind of too young.
hmm
And I think my audience is more of an older generation.
absolutely. Yeah.
My customers. So there's that.
And
The
even
other
even the
thing,
young ones, I think, are a little older for TikTok.
yeah, right. So that's kind of
It's
hard.
definitely a niche. Yeah.
Right. I make them, but I think mainly the TikToks that I make are for solar panel cleaning friends, and those are usually me dancing up on a roof randomly. One of my outtakes or something like that with some rap song over it or something like that. So I don't take it too seriously,
I
but
you know
I
I
will.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I was going to say, if you are interested in advertising and marketing and going in that direction, what I will say is this: there is one person in specific that I think kind of leads that in a lot of these cleaning industries, and that is Luis Munoz of Service Genius Lab. That guy
Hmm.
in Funnel Wave.
Interesting.
They know what they're doing over there. I think they've worked with Sen Jim along
Uh-huh.
with quite a few different other big names, but they're really, really big. They're, excuse me, really, really good. So if that is something that you're looking to hire somebody to help you out with advertising and marketing, and I was going to say, okay, here's a person you should look into. It definitely would be Funnel Wave and Luis Munoz, and it's not just because he's the other co-host of my podcast. Um, I truly believe in him, and he definitely is a genius. The guy
Yeah.
is top notch when it comes to marketing.
Cool. Awesome. Good plug. Good plug. Um, just getting back to TikTok. There's a Instagram friend I have who's a realtor, and he makes real good use of TikTok, and I am just really impressed with. But he also does have a performer type personality. He kind of likes
Yeah.
the spotlight on him, and he's just kind of a cool presence. So he doesn't do like a lot of singing or the dancing stuff, but he does use it, especially with the music in the background to
Really.
promote it. And I'm just really trying to learn from him, and I just haven't quite got over the hump, but to see how I can apply that to what we do, but I think once I dip my toe in it and I do a couple of them and kind of I think I'll be able to, because like you said, it is kind of the thing right now. It's just
Yeah.
kind of coming over the curb, and we just got to figure out a way to use it as a productive way for marketing for our industry.
Oh yeah,
um,
and that's just the way. I'll tell you what's really cool is you got a cool green screen in the background. That's something I need to put together. This is my art.
I
I'm
love
actually a
that.
painter.
I love that. That's
Thank
really
you.
cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've been painting. I started painting when I was a kid.
Sweet.
So I really, really, really love the paintbrush. Although I haven't, I don't know why. I guess just because of work and doing videos and podcasts and this, that, and the other. I haven't painted in about a year.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I love painting. So there's
Nice.
that painting, fishing, and cleaning.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
that's my thing.
Very cool. So what would you say then? Window cleaner is thinking, I want to start to expand into solar panel cleaning. So what are some things that they have a water fed pole already?
Great.
You had mentioned about getting some brushes with longer bristles. Is there specific brands that you recommend? Is there, the
Yeah.
types of brushes that you should get that are more ideal for solar panel cleaning?
Yeah. It is no secret of who are the people that I'm partial to. I've tried a few different brushes. I don't normally drop names. We'll drop a couple names,
Drop 'em.
just because we're going to talk about the
Well,
different
and,
brushes
and
that
you
I've
know,
tried.
just real quick before you go,
Not negatively.
in Into the Flow, we really try to not be tied to a certain brand, because
Right.
we
That's
want
good.
the real reviews. We want the real views. Some people like certain brands better, others like others, and we're okay with that. We want you just to express why you did, why you don't, why this is good, why this isn't. Because we want people are just are favored to certain brands, and it's cool,
All
but
right,
we don't want
Gabriel,
people to feel like
you asked for it. You
yeah,
asked
yeah,
for it. Okay.
no, that's what I want to know.
So I start doing the solar panel cleaning. I start making videos, and Perry Tate starts reaching out to me. It seems like a pretty good guy, and I'm just start learning about the different type of water fed pole companies and different brands out there. And so he sends me some products, some brushes, and whatnot to try out. And I was excited about it. I felt very honored, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is pretty cool." I'm doing live videos for fun, and somebody's sending me a brush. That's really cool. This was at the beginning of doing solar panel cleaning friends. The brush was crap. It fell
Mm,
apart. I got it as I got it before I even used the brush. Bristles were falling out. He sent me quite a few other different things too,
mhm.
and I just didn't like them, and they didn't work out for me. In addition, I started talking with Sean Gavin of Tucker, and he sent me the Alpha Scrubber, which is amazing. Amazing. I cannot talk enough about the Tucker Alpha Scrubber brush. Not brush, I'm sorry, Alpha Scrubber.
Right,
I
right.
love this thing 100%. And I think that it is the common consensus right now. But once that happened and I made a video of it, he decided to send me a box of his scrubbers because he
Mm,
was like, "Oh, use these. These are better."
mhm,
I didn't really like that. And then one day I wake up, like I said, I used to use a scraper on my brush.
mhm,
I don't anymore. One of the reasons why I don't is because one day I woke up to a post from Perry Tate, who he tagged me in it and said, "Oh, I got this new solar panel clean brush that I'm putting out that's inspired by Chris Vergin." It's like, wait a minute, excuse me? This was my idea, number one. And two, you're using my name. I guess I'm a nobody, but whatever.
mm.
So I don't really like reach it whatsoever, and I don't recommend that to people. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you why I bring that up is because I did recommend that to somebody, and they got the whole tactical warrior
Oh, right,
package,
right.
whatever.
Mhm,
Yeah, they hated it, and
mhm.
then when they try to get customer service and try to get help, and again, I'm not trying to knock anybody. When they tried to get help with customer service, there was just a big issue and there was problems.
Yeah.
He went over to Tucker, and Sean Gavin took amazing care of him. Sean Gavin is a really good guy, and so is Tucker. Tucker is an
Mhm,
amazing company, an amazing brand.
mhm.
I love Tucker brushes 100%. One of the first brushes I started off was an 8-inch nylon brush. Like I said, I think the
Mhm.
boar's head brushes are pretty cool.
Okay.
I had a couple of those when I was doing schools. I don't use them as much now, and I'll get to that and the reason why. But I think Tucker is probably on top.
So you say
in my
you
opinion.
say the scrubber then, the alpha scrubber. That's what is that what
Yeah.
you primarily use, or is that
No,
no? What do you
no, no.
primarily use?
So primarily what I use is my brush. I have a brush that I put together that is 24 inches wide, 3.5 inch bristles, and then I put it together. And it's a modified brush too. I modify these together. And like I said, I don't call myself a creator, an inventor. That's not me. But I modify a brush together and I sell it to people. I'm not right now because we put a hold on it because we're using the MoFlows. If guys out there know about C3D Solutions and the
Yeah,
MoFlow,
yeah.
which is an amazing product, by the way. If you don't know about these, contact Brent Blackburn of C3D Solutions. They're super, super awesome. And they're only like $10.95 per MoFlow. That's such a good deal. But we're using those, and the spray that comes out of it is like around, I think you tested it, it's like 30 psi, and it's just beautiful.
Wow.
So, I'm using that brush right now, and it just allows me to just nail out these solar panels so quick and so easy. There are some
Nice.
jobs, we're doing some jobs in like 15, 20 minutes. Guys are telling me
Jeez,
they're like up on the roof for like an hour or two. I'm like in and out.
man.
Sometimes we're getting it done before the guy's fully unloaded on the ground. It's not that fast, but we get them done super, super fast. So I would suggest, no, I'm not going to say suggest. I'm not even going to say recommend. I use my brush.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I do sell it very rarely. It's hard to get my brush. But if you contact me, I will do my best to get you a brush. In fact, I have a guy named Angel who is waiting for me to get a brush. And until he gets a brush, nobody's getting one. But that's it. That's what I would recommend. Philip is Simple has a couple good brushes that he does.
Yeah,
He
I seen
makes a
you use
lot of
those.
brushes, and
Yeah. Oh,
he
he's
makes a lot of brushes in his garage. Well, he
yeah,
makes a
yeah.
lot of things in his garage.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, I'd like to see some pictures of your brush. That'd be cool if you post some pictures when this posts on the group,
Definitely.
just in the comments. We'd love to see some pictures of that. So, well, man, this has been really informative. Is there anything else that you think that you would like people to know before they venture into cleaning the solar panels? Something that, whether it's dealing with customers, whether it's safety, whether it's marketing, is there something else that you think that you notice people don't do that they should? If they knew this, it would help to make their transition to the solar panel cleaning a little bit
Yeah.
easier.
Don't be afraid. Specifically speaking to the window cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Window cleaners and solar panel cleaners are brothers. I mean, we're literally we're family. It's the same thing. We take the cleaning equipment we use. We literally steal from window cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it comes from. So we're 100% the same. You guys should be doing solar panels big time. And that's nothing to it. I think there's a lot of guys that are like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting into it. You don't have to. Go ahead and just do it. There is so many solar panels out there. There's so many potential customers, and it's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's easy to have mistakes, but everything is easy to screw up at to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
So just do it, like Nike says, I guess.
Oh,
Terrible answer, but
no, no, that's a good answer. Just kind of along the side, do you do any type of like, what's the word? Like working with solar panel installers as far as like, hey, I'll promote you, you promote my cleaning, or
yes.
like, so what's your strategy with that? Because I'm asking because I have an agreement with an installer in our town, and I work with the rep, and she's great and she's terrific. I promote them way more than they promote. Well, I shouldn't say promote because I'm sure that they send out my information out to all their customers. But as far as what I refer way more to them, and they get actual customers than I get
Do it.
cleaners, which I would think would
I
be
don't do that.
opposite because I'm a lot
Right.
cheaper than having
That's what
solar
I'm saying.
panels installed.
I don't. I will not recommend an installer. I guess I will. No, that I take that back. There are installers that I recommend in companies. One of them in particular is Baker Solar. They're because I got friends there, and that is why. And Sullivan and Sunrun. and Simper Solaris.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the reason why that I'm saying these names is because these guys right here, these companies, go ahead and recommend me to every single one of their customers. Um, I don't talk about solar panel installers. And if somebody says to me, "Do you know a solar panel installer?" I'll say, "Baker? I don't know, Google." But I don't rep. I'm not repping your
Mm-hmm.
name like that. I don't do that. But the way I hook this up is this. I will tell people, um, contact installers, send them something. But yeah, don't be worried about trying to, to wear their shirt and their logo and tell people about them. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's like when I take that back to when I was younger and I was in my days of teenager and playing guitar in punk bands. I
Mm-hmm.
don't pay to play. That kind of stuff always bothered me. So I'm not going to run that game right there.
Mm-hmm.
I have customers that I have cleaned who happened to be working for an installation company. So that just kind of worked out to my benefit. And so now I have these companies who recommend me to all their customers. But there are some that we have contacted, we've sent them emails, and we've just basically just introduced ourselves and,
Mm-hmm.
said what services we do and talked about a couple jobs. And that's it. That's all the time and effort I'm putting into solar installers.
Cool, cool, yeah. Because the lady, the rep that I talked to, I love her. I mean, she's just a sweetheart, So we have a really good relationship. It just doesn't really translate to anything for me, anyways. I don't think I've had maybe one or two jobs in the couple years that I've, you know, tried to do it. So I just it's free. I mean, other than my energy of talking, it's not like I'm paying for anything.
Right.
But I'm like, there's got to be a better way to kind of get the word out, that to people who have solar panels.
The other thing too is that I notice is that those installation companies always want a discount from me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Always.
No, I have to. Yeah.
So
I think I give like 10% off the solar
yeah.
panels. So it's a
So
coupon that they can include in their thank you package or whatever. So I get advertising and like it's 10% off of the first cleaning or something like that. But you know, I had all these visions when I first started talking with her that I'd get all these, quarterly maintenance package sales, and it's like
right.
nothing's come
It
to
doesn't
fruition
happen.
on it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think that's the common consensus. That's a general consensus for everybody is that, people I say that too, contact installers.
Mm.
Get your name out there and electricians.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you should do, especially when looking for commercial work. But yeah, it never fully translates into enough work. So I don't knock it. I don't say don't do it, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time,
Don't depend
six
on
of
it.
one, right? Six
Yeah.
of one, half a dozen of the other. Put
Yeah.
enough time and effort into it and let it go.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, any parting words here before we close up shop?
Um, yeah. Okay. Listen, guys, come and check us out on our Facebook group, Solar Panel Cleaning Friends. Facebook.com/groups/, Solar Panel Cleaning Friends. We're like-minded individuals,
Yeah.
OCD-like cleaners. We've all turned into OCD-like cleaners. But if you want to learn more about professional solar panel cleaning, please come over and take a look and hang out. We love to talk and love to chat. There's a lot of other professional cleaners in the group that are constantly sharing tips, tricks, and advice. And also every Friday night at 5 p.m. On our Facebook page, Outside of the Cleaner's Box, myself, Luis Munoz, Funnel Wave and Service Genius Lab, and Jimmy Bowman, Bottoms Up Cleaning Solutions from Florida. We get together and we like to talk about cleaning, solar panel cleaning sometimes, but mainly everything that goes along outside of having that cleaning business, outside of cleaner's box, like dealing with a lady that asked you to go ahead and clean part of her rooftop for $20. Other than that, if anybody would like to reach out to me to find out any information about my brush or have any questions, you're more than welcome to contact me on Facebook. There is my page, the Solar Panel Cleaning Expert page. You can reach out to me through that, or come join the Facebook page. Other than that, rock and roll, man.
Awesome,
Listen to some Black Sabbath and drink some Stone beer. That's
There you
what I'm
go.
gonna say.
Well, thanks for your time, man. I just want to give a plug in for that too. I'm a member of the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends. I learn a lot of stuff from that. I don't always participate just because I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough. but I learn a
That's okay.
lot. I learn a
Thank
lot,
you for being a
and
part of it. We
yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
it.
I am a learner and a beneficiary of that group for sure. And I have listened to a few of the outside the cleaners boxes too. Very entertaining, and like I mentioned earlier before we did this, you are a natural talker, and so whatever you guys are talking about, it is going to be entertaining. You will carry the conversation. So
My
I
school teachers
recommend that.
didn't like me too much, and I
I
got in
bet
trouble
not.
a lot
Yeah.
growing up.
But
But
see, that's the thing,
I
isn't
do
it?
talk.
It's always the thing
Yeah,
the teachers hate about us that makes us successful in life, you know?
yeah,
It's always that keeps
that's
us
true.
going. But thanks for your time, Chris. I really appreciate it, man. Wish you well, and look forward to continue seeing you into the flow.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good night.